problems with me.
Say you don't want no problems.
No problems with me.
Can y'all hear me?
Another song in another show. Walk up on the stage and the crowd be like, there you go. You don't want no problems with me. You don't want no problems with me. Just another day, another song in another show. Walk up on the stage and the crowd be like, there you go. Ooh, I be grinding,
Writing songs.
in the studio, recording every day. That's how it is. 2 jobs up late all night.
Check. I don't hear nothing either.
I hear everything.
Okay. Let no label rob me, I'ma shine, yo. Not me, yo. You can keep those contracts, that's whack, not me. Here we go. You don't want no problems with me. You don't want no problems with me. Just another day, another song, and another show.
Nope, don't hear nothing. Yo. Check.
On my own.
I'ma keep trying, I'ma keep shining, putting work every day, stay grinding. Life of an artist, trying to get signed, y'all. Ain't gonna let no label rob me, I'ma shine, yo. Not me, yo. You can keep those
Contracts, that's whack, not be, yo.
no problems with me.
No problems.
You don't want no problems with me.
What's good, y'all? Hey.
Walk up on the stage and the crowd be like, there she go. You don't want no problems with me. You don't want no problems with me. Just another day, another song in another show. Walk up on the stage and the crowd be like, there she go. If one more label try to stop me, it'll be another label. Wish they would assign me. You don't want no problems with me. You don't want no problems with me. One more label try to stop me. It'll be another label. Wish they would assign me. Yeah.
Well, all right. Good evening and welcome to the IAG radio show. We are so glad that we are here this evening in the IAG radio show suite. We have two dope people that are coming on the show, mainly because we have a beautiful songstress that's following after the light and the sunshine of everything. You all welcome Cecily.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. And Patrick is in the building. All right, so listen, guys, there's a lot of things we want to talk about. So I need you guys to do me a favor and tune in. Roro, I appreciate you for being here live in the pod in our suite with us tonight. So first and foremost, IAG Radio Show is about making sure we provide a welcoming and positive platform to showcase our artistry's talent, right? So we're here every Wednesday promoting, supporting every kind of artist that is following their passion, albeit being a chef, being a singer, being an events planner, hint, hint. Also being just yourself and great. If you are an artist, we are here to support you and we love you dearly. So first and foremost, there's some conversations that we have to get into. This is our open talk. First, what is going on in DC? Like, it's some things that are going on in DC that doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. In particular, why is a 10-year-old baby girl being shot going to the ice cream truck? How does that work?
That's ridiculous.
Okay, exactly. So, Micaiah Wilson, you are most certainly resting peacefully in heaven. Miss Wilson, we are apologetic to you in terms of everything that you've experienced in the past couple of days with the death of your baby girl. It is just senseless violence that needs to stop. I just don't have any words for this. Like, we want our children to go outside and to play. It's the summer, right? And whoever sets up to themselves and say, listen, let me be careful. Let me wear a bulletproof vest going to the ice cream truck because I don't know if I'm going to live or die just trying to get a snow cone. Like, what kind of mentality is that to live in? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that even okay? Like, how would you feel? Like, I don't understand. Like, would you be okay going out and playing right now in DC? Like, do you feel safe?
Well, it's interesting. A friend of my niece who is a student at Wilson High School, where she actually just graduated, a friend of hers was killed last year by a stray bullet. She was driving near Benning Road. She was just driving and a stray bullet hit her in the car and she died.
In the car?
She's 17 years old, about to go to college, and this happened to her. And I think it's a trend. And I think, there's a lot of different things that people can talk about in terms of crime and law and order. But at the end of the day, in order to be so brazen with another person's life, you have to not care about yourself.
Right.
And I just feel like we have to ask ourselves, why do so many of our young people not care about themselves to the point where they could take another's life without thinking about it, just grab a gun and do anything with it, just shooting crazy. I don't understand
stray bullets though, like not even, you're like spraying, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no
regards or nothing for nobody else, No,
it's ridiculous. What'd you say,
crazy.
Trav?
Did you see the video?
I did not see the video.
They have video of the guys jumping out of the car. Because when I heard the story, it was just kind of hard to believe that, I think it was 4 guys that got out of the car and just started shooting at a group of people. Now, you couldn't see who they were shooting at, but you could see the guys in the video getting outside of this black Infiniti and just all of them shooting. And you're like, what?
All of them are shooting. Who does that? Like, okay, so didn't we just talk about like code of ethics in terms of like the boy who just got shot and killed in New York senselessly? Like he was running into the bodega trying to escape. The bodega owner was like, yo, you got to get out of here. And the gang members, who are all less than 20 years of age, right? Like, we've been 20, but this is just dumb and senseless stuff. Like, I could have sworn back in the day, if you in a gang, you at least try to identify the person before you just start shooting somebody. There's no code of ethic. Like, there's no street code. I could have sworn that kids were are supposed to be off limits. Like, moms and kids, off limits. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no ethic. And
old folk. And old folk.
Like, leave grandma alone,
So here's the thing. As an educator in DC public schools, I talk to the kids often. And, they play video games like all day. That's what they like to do. They love video games. And I'm like, wow, why are you playing video games all the time? Yeah, why are you playing video games all the time? Why don't you go outside? And the response is literally like, I'm safer in the house. And I'm like, wow. When I was growing up, we stayed outside. I ain't really played too many video games. We stayed outside. We riding the bikes. We on the trails. We doing basketball. We doing everything outside. So now they're to the point where I don't feel safe outside. So I'm just going to stay in the house and play video games all the time.
You know what? I don't even feel safe letting my kids outside unless I'm with them.
Exactly.
Is another, barrier to them being outside.
Exactly.
If I don't feel like being out there with them, then I'm not going to let them go.
Right.
For me right now, it's not so much the fear of gun violence, which I guess should be because it's happening everywhere, but I'm more concerned just about the people in the neighborhood, the pedophiles, the kidnappings, all that kind of stuff has picked up too over time. But back to just the type of people that youngins that's just out here shooting.
That's
it's like
crazy.
it's kind of cowardice to be honest. Because
you're absolutely right.
To go up to whoever you're beefing with and really take them out, it takes a little more courage to do that, to be in their face. Whereas standing back from a distance and just pulling the trigger, is easy. And you just hope that you get the person. I guess I'm just I'm speculating about it, but it just seems to me like you got some cowards out here that don't like somebody and want the easiest way to take them out.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just pure insanity at this point. Like it legitimately makes, in my opinion, no utter sense. It's something like why are we even doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't help the circumstance. Matter of fact, it just makes you wonder, like, what are y'all doing? Y'all are just doing way too much.
Like, is it ever that serious? Where, what happened to, I'm not that old, but what happened to, knock the chip off my shoulder? I'd rather you fight and get it over with than to take the easy way out and pull a trigger. I mean, that's crazy to me.
Right.
But the most important question is, what do we do now from here?
Yeah, what do we do?
How do we make that change?
Yeah, because see, I was listening to a quick live with DJ Rico, and it was this morning, and like somebody in the live was like, "Yo, it's the government that's, it's the government's fault." And it was like, wait a minute. In this instance, it was not the government that shot and pulled that trick. It wasn't a government that actually pulled the trigger. Now, in terms of placement of the guns and accessibility of the guns, absolutely, there's a component to that. But these are our own people killing our own people, right? Mm-hmm. So this doesn't even make any sense. We're killing our generational offspring. Like, what are you doing? For what? And it was senseless because, like, it's one thing if you go to some place and you're like, yo, I got beef with you. You feel me? And so I'm about to come for you, but you're shooting any and everybody? Like, it's not okay. It's never okay to even shoot anybody, right? But then you're just shooting a baby girl who's 10 years old, going to the ice cream truck. Like, I don't understand. I mean, you know how many times I ran to the ice cream? I hear it. It's like I'm on crack. It's like it's like I'm programmed. I hear them bells, you know what I'm saying? Running. And I'm running to go to the ice cream truck. I have no clue of who's around me or anything else like that, because I'm a child and I'm finally doing what a child is supposed to do. And we have so many instances of when children are so much great, growing up too high, too fast, or what have you. And then we have a beautiful baby girl who unfortunately is losing her life over something so senseless. So listen, let's keep Miss Wilson and her family in prayer. This is not the end. I just heard something else of people were shooting around Benning Road last night. I mean, like, y'all, Bevan.
Yeah, can I just say something real quick? Right, only because we were talking about like solutions, and I don't have the solutions. I'm not going to claim to have any solutions. Right. But I will say that the homicide rate in the city is really high this year already. Mm-hmm. And I just saw a video a few weeks ago of some police officers I believe it was in somewhere in Northeast off of Rhode Island Avenue, basically stopping and frisking a bunch of black dudes who are sitting on the corner.
Oh, yeah. And I just pop out.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And those things, we know they don't work. Like, they've actually done studies and shown stop and frisk as a policy does not work, right? Okay. So it's time to start looking at things that do work. And I'm not an expert on what the city has been doing around gun violence, so I'm not going to say that they're not doing anything that's working.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I feel like at the end of the day, the real issue is one of ethics, right? It's about young boys, in particular young black boys, who have kind of just don't know the right ethics around a situation or how to handle situations. And so at the end of the day, it's about teaching young boys as they grow how they can handle situations where they do feel like they've been disrespected, or how to handle situations where someone they're close to has something done to them that's unjust or that's wrong. Absolutely. Right? Yeah. So it really has to do with retraining our own youth and how they do things. And there's programs that have been doing this successfully in places like Baltimore, in places like Richmond, California. I've read about them. So I know that those things exist.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening in our city in DC.
So I could give you one. I could actually give you one. And we practice this in DC public schools, or at least the school that I'm at. It's called Restorative Justice. And I encourage anybody to look it up and Google it, because there are organizations that practice restorative justice. And it teaches them at a young age how to come together when you have a conflict with someone and be able to talk about it and work the situation out. And they starting it now, or they're doing it in the schools, so that when they get older, they'll know how to handle a situation when something comes up that they don't like.
Yeah.
I agree that we can't just negate or get away from personal accountability, and I think that's something both of you spoke on, and teaching people conflict resolution.
Yeah. Right.
But I think the resolution is going to have to be twofold, because there's that one side of, there's another way to handle things, but there's also, getting at what's the root cause. Mm-hmm. What's the real cause to make somebody think that or feel that they really don't have anything else to look forward to. Because those of us that kind of know what our future looks like, we know we have a plan as far as how we're going to one day be able to support our own family. We behave differently. Whereas when you don't really know what's going to end, how you're going to end up, or the examples that you see just aren't great anyways, then it's like you really have no hope. So how do you, something needs to be put in place to show people, this is your path, or this could be your path, or these are your options. And there's real, possibilities for you to go into, whatever program, or there's financing for your schooling, for your education. You have a future, so that you're not so quick to just throw it away by killing somebody that gave you a slight piece of disrespect this day.
I mean,
twofold.
I feel like, it's always about like this media situation, like these falsifications of reality in terms of how you really handle beef, because obviously I just feel like you can say whatever you want to say when you're in the studio. Whole time, people fronting all the time and have gotten caught up like, yo, this is real life. You're not a Crip, you're not a Blood, you're not a part, of this gang. You're not a Mason. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're just not all these things that people try to put in these rap songs, like, I'm hard as I don't know what, I got street credit. No, people legitimately feel that way. And I mean, the younger kids hear this music over this trap music. I'm not saying all trap music is bad, but I'm saying it's a lifestyle. People don't understand that the artists themselves are not really who they rap about all the time. And the ones that are, listen, you got security for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at the end of the day, there are some programs that are great. Treb and I, last week were at Beat the Streets, which was a DC Police Department initiative to ensure that the police are introduced to the streets, quote unquote, and that the violence is seemingly cease and desist, right? And so that it's an understanding that no, we're not just trying to simply do, these cameos of police officers doing backflips or just jumping rope just to make things look good for promo purposes. But there are some police officers that are legitimately not crazy, that aren't trying to have some kind of vendetta against somebody. But in this instance, it's hard for police officers to stop something like this when you don't know when it's going to happen, right? It's like what Bevan was talking about July 4th. Why don't people realize when you shoot a gun in the air, the bullet has to come down? Like, it's going to come down somewhere. I've heard somebody literally talk about their cousin was just the firecrackers, got blown up. You know what I'm saying? Like, fire is real. Like, danger. Stranger danger. Nobody remembers that. I mean, I don't understand. Like, I feel like these are things that people just don't know. But the point is that I feel like we can talk about this on and on and on, and we've definitely spent some time on it. The long story short is we are legitimately sorry, Micaiah, for you losing your beautiful life at such a young age to something that was so senseless. And this has to stop. And the community has to come together to be like, we're not having this here. Don't bring this beef on our block. Like, I feel like the community has to be like, hey, Slim, I don't really care what you got going on, but you're gonna have to find someplace else to handle this beef. Like, I just feel like we gotta figure out, we are not power. We're not a big rich town. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are all fabrications of reality. And it's harder when it's your reality, and you have to deal with the fact that your baby is gone. I've heard, that the worst experience that you can ever had is losing your own child before you die. Like, I don't know. I'm not a parent. Bevan and Treb, you guys are parents. I don't know how that would feel, but it has to feel very out of pocket. But another thing that's really out of pocket is our present president, Trump, right? So 45 is what people mostly call him or what have you. But legitimately, he has... there was a rally last night. My classmate, Richie, was actually in town for the rally itself. I tried to get there, but I was working. But it was in front of the White House talking about treason. Like, even Republicans themselves have said, okay, I'm now completely confused as to what in the world is going on with this guy. Hello? Why don't you all listen to what we've been talking about from the jump? He's a psychopath. Like, how can you go to Russia, talk to a Russian president we're not allies with him at all, right? It's like nemesis kind of experience, and say, yeah, I'm going to negate all of the intelligent conversations, all of the intelligence information, and say, yeah, I don't think Vladimir Putin tried to, manipulate the actual 2017, 16. Jesus help me. It's been too long. It's been almost 2 years since this man's been in office. Like, how could you say that in front of everybody? Like, that's negating the FBI. I'm not saying the FBI or the CIA have ever been known to be like unanimously amazing, 1%, squeaky wet clean, but there's some legitimacy to investigations. And if everybody's pointing the finger back at Russia, you go on Russian territory as a United States president and denounce your own intelligence campaign, like, that's ridiculous. I mean, how y'all feel about that? I don't really know. He needs to go.
No comment.
Nothing he does surprises me anymore, honestly.
Okay, right.
Man, it's crazy.
I think what surprised me the most was that he was so ill prepared for the press conference.
Right.
I think that's what surprised me the most, is that his own people didn't tell him how to answer these questions in a way that would actually make sense to his citizens and not just the man standing next to him who he admires so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's trifling. I just pray that we're protected, because nuclear warheads are real, and
I want to see what happens next. I'm sort of beyond the news cycle. I mean, he, every week, it started off with every day, but now it's like every week, but there are more major events. There's something going on that people are upset with, or, that he said or done. And so I'm done with with the rallies and the protests and all of that. Elections, midterms are coming up. And what you see in the news cycle is he said something crazy just like a couple days ago. But now already the conservatives and some Republicans are starting to walk back. If initially they were outraged, but now they're starting to walk it back a little bit, and giving him the pass on what his explanation was, as far as saying, I meant to say shouldn't when I said should, and they're walking back and giving them sort of the pass on that. And so what needs to happen, if we're really outraged, those people that want to protest and rally and so forth, I'm like, look, save that for November. All those people that are sympathizing and writing these excuses, they're the ones that are further empowering him to do more things like this. You need to make sure they get out of office. You can't take him out right now, but you need to make sure that they're held accountable to get them out, so that then next go around in 2020, we're able to, put somebody else in the Oval Office, and then we'll have a whole looking different government.
But even before 2020, I honestly I'm all for him to keep doing things that will make it easier to impeach him. So,
see,
we don't want him to do too much now.
It's not going to happen.
I just feel like it's like a double-edged sword. I don't really know. It's like if he does more stuff, the impeachment is like, well, that's just death for everybody. I don't even think, it's even worth the energy at this point. But let's move on, because I'm tired of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, legitimately, whole time, he's a hot mess, and I just can't deal with him at all. But, what's good is that on a summer's day, and if you're vegan, you definitely should enjoy some ice cream and some whipped cream, That's just how that works. So shout out to Ari Lennox, who dropped her new single, Whipped Cream, just on yesterday, and it's doing really, really well. She's had a lot of people comment and talk about how dope it's going to be. So blessings to her on her new project that will be coming up. She dropped some sneak peek comments about Adam Sandler will be narrating her CD.
Oh, wow.
It's 4 songs. Each song is an hour long. And he's also doing background vocals for her as well. Like, who would have thought Adam Sandler would be in the clutch with the background vocals? So I'm excited to see something uniquely different, and I'm totally dope. I'm totally down for anybody who's doing something that's different than what's expected, right? Because that shows your true artistry. So shout out to her. And then in terms of us who might have eaten too much whipped cream, right, and need something to work out with, I want to give a shout out to Mike Hubbard, who is Mike Swag of Swag Fitness, who has been, as soon as my remix of Boot Up came out, he saw it and has been like doing all of these like step routine cardio fitness experiences with them. And so luckily, with the power of social media, I normally don't care for social media whatsoever, but the power of social media has allowed us to come together. And on July 28th at Bishop McNamara, from 11 to 12 p.m., there will be a Boot Up Fit class. So basically, thank you.
I need to be in that one.
Absolutely. Tickets are only $15. We'll post the link tonight. They will be live tomorrow. So you can come and get your workout and be booed up, you know what I'm saying? And then
all sweaty and stuff?
Well, I mean, listen, honey. You gonna be booed up or not? You gonna be? I mean, just because you fit, don't mean everybody else ain't fit.
I don't think it's gonna be too much workout going on in the gym.
Oh no, it's legitimately.
If you booed up, it might be some other type of workout.
The whole time it's gonna be a good workout. Mainly because of the fact that DJ Trev will be on the 1s and 2s, so it's very different. We're doing something really fresh and new, so definitely you don't want to miss it out. So you're gonna learn the routine of Boot Up remix by Mike Swag, right? And so it's called Boot Up Fit because you getting fit to boot up. You feel me? Okay, hashtag Boot Up Fit. Come with it. And so basically from there, the rest of the class will be on the 1s and 2s by DJ Treb. So it's definitely dope. I'll be there, obviously, performing and getting y'all ready for the whole experience, the workout to the go-go joint. I've seen some stuff he's been doing, and let me tell you, y'all, whole time I'm gonna be on the novice steps because I can't really handle that expert experience. I'll be falling over and tripping, and then we're gonna have some real problems. You know what I'm saying? But listen, another thing you should do in order for you to make room after you don't worked out, you should definitely try to come and get some crabs. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And so August, what is this? What's this situation here? August 5th, Sunday, you can after church. You know what I'm saying? You know how you always got to have an after church experience in the summer. You know. So what's this going on, Patrick? Tell me all you can
y'all.
Eat.
So this is what the deal is. All right, and it's out there because people know.
All right, bet.
The Patrick Michael Company, that's my company. We specialize in special events and weddings and catering, and we do everything from executive transportation, customer apparel. We do it all. And the point behind that is when you want to do an event, we want to be the person to give you everything you need for that event.
Indeed.
If you need uniforms, you need catering, you need security, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
So about this crab feast.
Oh, you got a master's in this, don't you?
I do. I actually have a master's from FIU, Florida International University, in hospitality and tourism management. You know, so I'm doing my thing. I teach DC public schools, hospitality and tourism, the 10th, 11th, 12th grade. So this is my thing. This is my passion. This is what I've been doing for quite some time. But listen, on August the 5th, you make sure that you all are in the building. We have an all-you-can-eat crab feast. Let me just tell y'all some of the things that's on this menu, okay? Aside from the crabs, all right? We have smoked barbecue ribs, grilled barbecue chicken, golden fried chicken tenders, fried fish, grilled hot dogs, pasta salad, southern-style string beans, fresh garden salad with dinner roll, honey barbecue baked beans, assorted dessert bar, lemonade, tea, and water, all right? You can have, I'm telling you.
You're going to need to come to Boot Up Fit, okay? Because whole time.
Now listen, you can have all of that. It's all you can eat. Okay, it's only $60. Okay, all you can eat. All right, and it starts at 3 p.m. and it goes to 7 p.m. and it's going to be right in off of Ritchie Road in Capitol Heights. You can purchase your tickets either from me in person, or you could go online at www.patrickmichaelcompany.com. Again, that's www.patrickmichaelcompany.com. Look under special events and go straight to Crab Feast. You can do everything right there online. All right. So keep that in mind. We're also going to have a holiday party coming up in December. So hopefully you guys will invite me back and talk more about that later on down the line.
Oh, yeah, we got you. You know, that's what we're here. That's what it's all about. Yep. And, you know, the whole idea behind this is supporting people who are, your friends who are legitimately doing what they need to be doing. And so it's always great when you have Frat in the building. You and Treb are a part of that.
Are you?
Oh, Treb, you sleep back there? It's been a long work day. He was like,
throwing up the hooks. That was what I was really.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
So the tickets for adults are $60. For children, 10 and under is $35. But again, it's all you can eat. Crabs buffet. We're gonna have a great time. We got DJ Donnie B in the building who's gonna be there on the 1s and 2s. Make sure y'all come out and support. Next time for this holiday party, we're gonna see how we can get you in there.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
absolutely.
Listen, if y'all need us at the EMJ Event Center in Capitol Heights, look us up.
Sounds like a plan. We've already posted your link into our website or to our actual live feed. And so for anybody who wants to promote what they're doing, you most certainly can. This is our commercial break. You can definitely go on to iagradioshow@gmail.com. Email us. We'll send you out a quick little contract and everything else like that. We have novice fees for you to come on and promote, because we understand how it is starting your own business and everything that goes along with it, and we just want to make sure that you have an awesome platform to do that on. Shout out to our new broadcast network, Spark. You can catch this entire show on Spark, SPRK, through the Act Bloom app. Shout out to everybody. You know, IAG is moving forward. So listen, y'all, you better get on board with this, because we are the plug, and we are plugging as much as we can to everybody who's doing their beautiful job and following their passion.
Can I say something real quick?
All right, bet. Go ahead.
All right, real quick. All right, because I might be late about this, but you was just at the Universal Circus, right?
Yes.
You were doing your thing. I saw you.
Oh, well, thank you.
So I just wanted to say congratulations, and I saw you. Okay, so congratulations. I see you out there doing your thing.
I appreciate that, Patrick. I appreciate that. Yes, I was at Universal Soul Circus. I forgot to even talk. I'm supposed to talk about that today.
Buddha remix.
Oh, you're right. Clearly, segue.
Yeah.
Whole time it was a great experience for me. I was like elated to be at the Universal Soul Circus.
That's big stuff right there.
It is big stuff, you know, and the fact that I was able to bring Go-Go into the circus and it be in DC and people vibed out to it. And then, of course, you know, I love cotton candy. Zeke, my sidekick Zeke, was like whole time major supportive person to me. And shout out to Auntie Mary for making sure, providing me that platform to honestly be able to do something like that, and to McDonald's for all their support and how they're deeply rooted in the community. So, yeah, I'm very grateful to everybody that showed up. That made the event great, and I saw my former students that were there as well, so it was pretty cool, because they're like, Miss Jones. I'm like, yeah, this is why I don't teach no more, you know what I'm saying, or why I got fired. Either way, you know, I had a role, you know what I'm saying. It's all good.
Oh my.
Moving on to bigger and better things. You know, you a teacher, you know what it is.
Well, I don't plan on getting fired, but I'll leave that ministry to you.
Well, listen, if you got to focus in on your own passion,
Yes, you
sometimes it's something that happens that is like, you know, listen, it's just, listen, honestly, being resigning was probably the best thing for me. If I was still there, I mentally would not be able to do everything that I have to do right now. And so it's just a matter of recognizing what your gifts are and following in that passion. But obviously having financial stability is also key as well. But I still substitute. I just can't do with the classroom experience.
Well, you're doing it and doing it well.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So listen, let's get into some music real quickly while we make this transition. Treb, who are we about to play real quickly?
We got on deck Masego with Lady Lady. He's was born in Jamaica, but now repping Virginia Beach. And he also collabed with one of our former guests, Boom Scat, on their new album.
Oh, cool.
Their latest album, Kinetic. So
all right.
Check them out.
Yo. It made it all the way through? Yeah. I thought somebody I don't know this conversation.
Wondering if I should make her my baby lady, lady. Shake some, oh my. Maybe I should say the things I type online, be like, baby. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Wait, I said I can feel it, you feel it, we feel it. I know she want me. Can you never let ya? Happy to call you my lady, you're special. Happy that you're my baby. Happy to call you my lady, you're special. Happy that you're my sexy, but you're reckless, then you gon' get yours.
Yeah, I like that.
I
I like that too.
Shout out to Torian for that. She finding them gems.
She always comes through in the clutch.
Yeah, she definitely comes in.
Music.
Absolutely. Shout out to Torian for coming with that.
Tia.
Well, you know, it's time for that special moment in time when we talk about some topics that are interesting and hot. So it's time for Be with the T, Be with the T.
Hey.
Be with the T, Be with the T.
Hey.
Be with the T, Be with the T.
Hey.
Be with the T. Hey. Yes.
Hi, everyone.
What's
Did
good?
you miss me? That's my Varnell Hill from
okay.
Martin imitation. Did you miss me? You
Okay.
Show now, y'all.
I don't know that right
She
there.
ain't watch Martin.
No, I whole time watch Martin. Please don't do that to me on this, because you. Okay, because
Varnell Hill.
I-
Tommy Davidson. Ain't that his name? Tommy, the comedian.
Oh, Tommy.
No. Okay, we'll talk about that.
Okay, just kidding. Okay, yeah.
Hey guys, so yeah, I'm just here with a little bit of, you know, not a lot, just a little bit of. So first, in the mood of seafood, guess what?
What?
It was a man in Texas,
Oh.
and he was fishing, and he caught a 14-foot hammerhead shark.
Listen.
He said it took him 2 hours to reel this thing in.
2 hours.
2 hours. He said like that.
What? Was he on that boat by himself? Like
No, he had help. He did have help.
Yeah.
But 2 hours. But it was a catch and release. They didn't keep it, but they
You tell me you done went through all that.
yeah.
So you took pictures.
Took pictures holding the joint up. That's how it was.
Oh, okay.
It was
just like that.
big.
It was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then,
Yeah, it really was. But it was a catch and release. They said that they could kind of see that the shark was in distress.
Okay.
Slightly.
Well, after 2 hours,
yeah, wouldn't you
trying to be pulled out?
He was worn out.
What?
he was tired. He said, "I'm tired. Catch me."
Shit, bit him.
right.
But yeah, so I mean, he took pictures. He said it was his cat. It was a catch of multiple lifetimes for him. Catch of multiple lifetimes.
Wow.
If I took 2 hours to catch a fish,
Yeah.
me and my whole tribe is eating fish.
No doubt.
It's not
What's
a
that?
catch. and
That was a
release.
shark, though.
I don't care. I've had shark.
had
It's
shark.
delicious.
I
Come-
never had shark before.
It's good.
Oh no, I've had alligator. Just kidding.
Same difference.
Okay.
Come on. It's it's tasty.
All right.
You know.
I hear you.
But okay, so congratulations to you for catching that shark and then releasing it. You know, the environment is happy, you know, that you did that. But my family would have eaten, we'd have been having shark tacos, shark burgers, shark pasta,
everything, right?
shark nuggets, shark everything by way of shark.
Okay,
Forget
bubblegum.
that. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's talk about love.
All right.
I love love. I love to be in love. I love people who are in love. I just love love. So we're going to send out a congratulations to Stevie J and Faith. Don't do that. Thank you, Trev. Thank you, because she is sounding like a person that does not like love.
You know, I love love. I just want to make sure that that love is right, because I want to make faith
Right
and do
or
some
real?
things real.
Well,
I mean, right is real. I don't know.
right ain't always real.
No, okay,
Right
that
ain't
may
always
okay,
real.
that's true. But I'm just saying,
Who-
I just want
how do we-
faith to be protected.
How do we know
Wait,
she is?
Faith Evans?
Faith Evans.
Like
has
Faith
married-
Evans.
Yeah.
Stevie J are
Stevie J.
engaged?
No. They
That's
is
what I had to ask.
They
I
is
was like,
married.
what? Faith Evans?
Oh, they're married.
They are married now. That she is
Maybe
Mrs.
they met at
Faith
the altar.
Jordan. Mrs. Faith Jordan.
Okay.
Don't do.
You look happy for them.
Because
This is the problem with reality TV is it makes you feel like you know people you don't know.
Right.
like, wasn't
So-
he just with
Like I don't know him, but I still am judgmental.
Jacita,
So I'm not
whatever
going
the
to say
Spanish
anything.
girl's name was? He was just being.
I mean, when you said that, the other question that came to my mind was, would this happen if there weren't a thing such as reality TV? If it didn't exist?
Well, yeah,
do
because
you
they've
think this
known
would
each
still
other
happen?
for decades.
They've known each other
since the
He's from the
90s.
bad boy. He was
'Cause
he was a bad
Yeah,
boy.
he's been around.
Yeah.
But
So
you think it,
They
it
got
would
a
still happen?
single coming out called In a Minute.
But they were in a relationship prior to the single. They definitely were, you know what I'm saying? They were doing things. And I think it wasn't for the camera to see. So they had some stuff going on. I mean, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for anybody that finds that person and, you know what I'm saying, decides to take that trip down the altar. You know, love is a beautiful thing. So congratulations, Stevie J and Faith Evans, aka Faith Jordan.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Oh, yep, that is a song.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is a song.
Okay, is that everything?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to hint slightly on this Kylie Jenner situation.
Oh, yeah, bring that up because that's whack as I don't know what, dog. I'm sorry.
So
You're not self-made.
So the issue is she's topped out the Forbes list for her makeup empire. And they saying, you know, she's a self-made billion millionaire. And so people are saying the word self-made should be used a little loosely because she is a product of plastic surgery. But I don't think that's what they meant when they said self-made. I think because she kind of, for real, let's be real. Kylie Jenner is essentially an independent artist. She loved makeup. She created a line. People bought it ridiculously and are continuing to buy it. In addition, this is something I didn't know until recently. Did you know that Kylie and Kendall have their own line of cell phone cases? Saw it at Walmart in the cell phone store. They have their own, so people, just because we don't know about her, she's making moves. So her makeup line is just not her only thing, but that is what bought her the big bucks. That's what allowed her to move out of her mother's house at, what was she, 17, 16 or something like that, and buy $1 million home.
Man, this is the first I ever heard of any of this. And props to, everybody, successful in their businesses and so forth. But when you said self-made, I didn't think anything about plastic surgery or any of that.
Okay, but that's the jokes.
Their family built a brand way before she ever came out with the line. You know what I mean?
So do you think that people are only buying into her makeup because of the name?
Yeah, because the brand that the family built. I mean, there's, Kim really even before Kim, her father, started, but Kim kicked them off in this latest generation that they've kept rolling for a long time. And so to say you self-made and your last name is Jenner and you are associated with the Kardashians and all of y'all been getting money together for years, no, you're not self-made.
I mean,
but you did accomplish something by taking an investment and growing it to that level.
She did that makeup thing.
Success.
She did that makeup portion. Not saying she did it on her own. Her mother probably is getting a cut out of it. I'm sure whatever the TV network they on is getting a cut too.
Absolutely.
But I'm just saying it was her. That's her baby. That's her thing.
It's like saying
Can
Trump
I say
is
I
self-made.
understand that,
Cecily?
but me and my husband were talking about this a couple days ago because we saw it on Twitter, and all I would say is that 99% of people who make it anywhere are not self-made. I would never call myself self-made. I wouldn't be who I am if my mom hadn't paid for my college education.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or gave me a place to stay while I'm trying to make this music thing work. Or if my husband wasn't, working and making it able for me to be able to also do work, that I want to do. So I just feel like, very few people are actually self-made. There's always people who are sewing into you, whether it be financially or just with the support or resources, connections, and just based on who her family is, who her sister, her mom, her dad, or I don't know if I would refer to him as her dad anymore. Her parents. Then she had a lot of those things. She had a lot of money available to her, a lot of resources, a lot of connections. So that's why I have a problem with the term self-made. We shouldn't throw that around like that.
So I think we should probably blame Forbes for that then.
Well, I just feel like it's just a stunt. I definitely feel like for those who are self-made. So in my thought process, my operational definition of self-made is that there's no legacy before you. Right? That's the idea of, Janet Jackson trying to say oh yeah, I'm self-made. No, your brothers kind of helped you.
They laid that,
lift you up,
that
right?
path.
So now the name Jackson in of itself has a strength to it behind it. Like I can't be. Sharice Jones ain't self-made. You know, my mom ain't no millionaire. My daddy ain't no millionaire. My daddy, you know, retired from driving Metro bus. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was at Washington Hospital Center. That ain't self-made. I mean, yes, I went to private school or whatever, but I'm thinking they're talking about wealth. Like if your parents already have $1 million wealth experience, then you have a legacy behind you already. Like that's that sowing of seed that hopefully we as our next generation can do for our children, so that they aren't struggling trying to make it, to the next step. That's something that we just don't always set ourselves up to do financially. We're not financially always capable of doing that because we aren't given the same opportunities to do so. I mean, listen, people can get loans without a problem, jacked up, no credit whatsoever based off of your name. Like we can't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna look at our credit and be like, pause. Your
last name is what?
I just feel like the
Holla,
term itself, self-made, is like very Eurocentric and kind of like some BS. Because at the end of the day, like we all know, it takes a village, right?
Absolutely.
So I just feel like that term itself is just like, it's just not something that
It's a
makes
selfish
sense
term.
to
It's
people
a selfish
who come
term created by a
from
selfish person.
big families, communities. Yeah, it's a selfish term. I just feel like it's just stopped being used altogether.
Right, absolutely.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I definitely think one of the biggest things that we have to recognize is that we're all striving for excellence. So shout out to everybody who, I think when you have a business, it's easier to make another business. When you already have money, it's easier for people to loan you more money. The capital is real. Look at Trump. He didn't do anything self-made.
My dad only gave me $1 million.
Shit.
If Daddy,
Let me get $1 million.
$1 million loan
A
to
small-
get myself started.
Let me get that. You know what I'm saying? Because exactly what you're talking about. And we're about to have this interview with you and get more into depth about your process and your story. The sacrifices that require just to be able to be where you are as an artist. Like people don't know how much money there is. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know how much time people try to tell you, yeah, I'm gonna do something for you. Okay, you pay somebody and then they don't do nothing for you, then they get mad at you for not doing something. It's ridiculous. Like, and then they be like, oh, then when they see you rising, that's when they want to, oh girl, I knew you could do it all along. Where were you when I was struggling? Where were you before the GoFundMe? I didn't even do a GoFundMe. What happened to you? Just
hiding behind the sun.
Right. Where's the support? You know what I'm saying?
Don't hide the sun.
Don't hide. You should never hide the sun, because if you hide behind the sun, then how you gonna be able to shine?
Exactly.
I don't even know how you're gonna shine without being there. This dude here.
Y'all are funny.
Cecily.
Yes.
like
Come
that.
through now. You
I
was
like
doing
that.
it right there.
All them vocals coming through that little thing over there.
Yes, honey.
I was feeling real guapalayish.
Guapalayish? Oh, yes.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
through. The
I was
guapalayish
feeling
experience.
that.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, we are just so glad that you are here with us on tonight. Everyone, welcome Cecily to the IAG experience.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you
quite
so much for
welcome.
having me.
Our pleasure, our pleasure. Listen, I want people to learn more about you as an artist because I feel like people have been seeing you grow and they just see you now. They're like, oh, she must have this is overnight experience. And it's definitely not. That laugh was everything. Yes. That was like, ha, 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 no, I'm not self-made.
Thought it was.
Absolutely. I picked up on the correlation very quickly. Absolutely. Well, listen, one of the things that we want to talk about is how did you start off in music? What was your inspiration?
Wow. I had always been into singing. I always took voice lessons. I took classical voice lessons actually, for a long time, all through high school and college. But I had always planned on going into diplomacy or international relations. Like, that's what my degree is in. So
Hence why you had all the tea when it came down to Trump and everything that was going on, as well as the engagement components with the gun laws as well. We see you out here. Yes. Shine bright like a diamond. Absolutely.
Well, thank you. So I went to school. I got my degree in political science, but it was maybe my sophomore. It was actually the summer after my sophomore year of college.
Okay.
I was at a music festival with my parents, and I was watching someone perform, and I had this urge. I was just like, man, I want to be on stage right now. I don't even want to be in the audience. Like, I wish I was in this place singing in front of these people. You
You got them. What is it? As you say, the hair raised bumps, the
Yeah, I had that moment where I just realized
the Holy Spirit feel like.
I'm supposed to be doing this.
Hey, that's like takes me to my favorite show, my favorite movie, Sister Act 2. If you wake up in the morning and you're thinking about singing,
You
supposed to be a singer. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference between your knowing what your passion is and how to pursue that passion through your mission, right?
Yeah.
And the talents that have to align. I mean, the fact that you were already trained musically, it was like, so what were you planning to do with that? What were you just like, I guess I'll just do this because?
What's interesting is that because I took classical voice, I was usually singing like art songs and arias and stuff like that.
Okay.
From operas and different things. And so I was also in, different choirs. Like I was in the gospel choir, so I would sing gospel music sometimes.
Okay.
But it wasn't until college when I was in an a cappella group. And so we were doing more R&B stuff, and we were doing like pop songs, and I started to do more like solo gigs, like on campus, and then at neighboring campuses. Like I'd go and perform for different events, and I'd just do covers. And then I met a friend of mine in college who played guitar, and so we started doing cover songs together on YouTube, and then we started doing some writing together, and so it just kind of developed on its own. And that's when it made me feel like, okay, this is something I actually want to do, because I like singing the music that I know and love, the music I grew up listening to, and I like singing stuff that I've written that I feel connected to.
Right. I think that's definitely a dope experience. It seemed like it just kind of like full circle. It was like you were already walking into your purpose. You just had to figure out how to maneuver it so that it's in something that you were planning, something that you really wanted to do. So, I mean, now the question is, how will you describe your musicality, right? Because a lot of people will just automatically think that you're just simply a jazz vocalist, and that's just like it. But you legitimately have so many different layers. I mean, the fact that you were singing arias. I mean, like what other, like other languages do you sing like in Spanish or French?
Well, when I sang classical, I sang in Italian and German and French, and that was mostly it. I think those are the languages I sang.
That's it? That's all?
But, I mean,
just those?
Nowadays,
you need to step your game up.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? All the time. I mean,
Right.
just for languages.
What you singing at? English.
Spanglish. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm singing in.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, nowadays,
You
I
right.
do have a
You
couple jazz standards that I'll do in French, because I studied French in school and I can barely speak it anymore. So I'm like, the least I can do is sing.
We have
it, right?
somebody that's live, Madame. Like if she's on live with us right
Je
now.
m'appelle.
Exactly.
That's all I know.
That's all you know.
Oui, oui.
Do you know something? What's something you can say in French?
Oui,
oui.
Je sais français un peu,
Mais
mais j'oubliais two.
That girl good right there. That girl.
I said I know French, but I've forgotten everything.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Oui. Yeah, oui. Yes. Oui.
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 Or as they say, like in Paris, they say ouais, ouais.
Yeah, they say when.
It's like we say instead of yes, you know. It's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
ouais, ouais.
Absolutely. I can totally dig it. Now, here's the deal, though. Like, what made you say, going from seeing that performance to doing covers on YouTube to then starting to, like, write and perform and saying, okay, I think I'm an artist. Like, I feel like there's a gap between that. How did that unfold?
Well, you know what's interesting? I had always written poetry.
Okay.
And so I just kind of turned my attention to, okay, if I'm going to do this, then I need to write, you know, because writing and singing, I feel like I've always been my first loves. Like, I've always loved to write, and I've always loved singing. And so it just made sense that I tried to merge them in some way. And so I just started taking songwriting more seriously, and I took some online classes on songwriting. I read some books, and, you know, I just tried to, like, learn.
So the studying, the investment of your craft is legitimately there, which is drastically different from most people. Like, so they aren't taking the time to learn the craft, to understand how to... There's a process to the song and how things are actually catered and written and knowing how to bring things in, bring them out, like that whole experience. So you took time. That's what's up. I mean, like, that's amazing. Like, you really studied your craft. Most people don't at all.
Well, you know, it's because what it is that, of course, I had been studying to become, like, probably some type of diplomat or work at some type of NGO or something like that, right?
Okay.
And so I told my mom, this is like my junior year in college, I told my mom, you know, I think I really want to be a singer, like, as a career. And she was like, okay, that doesn't surprise me. She's like, let's do it.
Oh,
and so
come on, Mom.
She started mailing me all these books about music business, like, I think she mailed me like 3 books in the first week, like everything you need to know about the music business and like all these other books. And of course, I'm in school, so I'm like, why is she sending me more books?
Right, absolutely.
The last thing I need right now is more stuff to read. But it made me take it more seriously. It's like, okay, and that's the thing, is that I will sit with things and think about them for a long time before I start doing things. My mom is not like that. Like, she's like, you want to do something, do it. You know, so I told her, I feel like just the process of telling her was my way of being like, okay, I'm actually going to do this.
Okay.
You know? She's going to push me.
Yeah,
she's going to push me. She's going to make it happen. You know, not make it happen. It's like, she's my mom.
We'll hold you
She's
accountable.
Exactly. She's going to hold me accountable. Right. She's going to hold me accountable. So I think that was the first step.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So what would you say has been the hardest thing thus far for you to kind of like overcome as an independent artist?
Such a good question. I would say probably my desire to kind of be a loner sometimes.
Okay.
And also because it kind of feeds into my lack of organization at times too. Because it's like sometimes I really don't like to look at my phone. It's like, especially, it's just so many ways for people to contact you nowadays. It's like sometimes I look at my phone, it's like I have so many emails, I have text messages, I have Facebook messages, I have IG messages, I have Twitter messages.
Too much.
And I'm just like, yo.
It's too much. But that means you popping though. You popping though. Whole time. them emails, I'm glad you checked the IAG email. Me too. You made sure.
You can have other problems because I don't have any Twitter messages.
Oh,
I don't have any IG.
my God.
I don't have no
Poor
Facebook.
But you know, it's just like
Dry.
I go through phases.
Barrett out here telling you check your phone. So okay, go ahead.
I go through phases, and it's just, as my own manager, it's like I can't really allow myself to go through those phases all the time.
Okay.
Like, I have to really try to schedule it into my day. Like, okay, I'm gonna check emails for like 30-40 minutes, you know, and then I'm gonna just like try to not do it anymore, so I can be like sane. But people really like to, like, I have this one dude who contacts me about bookings, which is great, but it's like he'll send me an email, and if I don't respond to the email within like a couple hours, then he'll send me a text message. And if I don't respond to text message, then he'll send me a Facebook message. And I know I'm not mad at him for trying to book me. I'm not complaining. I understand he wants a response. And I'm just not that type of person. So I feel like at the end of the day, my next step up would be to just have a manager who can respond to some of these things on my behalf.
Yeah, I totally think that's dope of you to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses. I just call the strengths.
Nobody was gonna say that.
I just heard it. I heard it. Your strengths. I think that's a new word though, whole time, because like it's the strength and your weaknesses. You got to know both of them, you know. And I feel like at the end of the day, you're right. It's like when you're getting overwhelmed, it's a lot. Like I don't know the full extent of everything because I know you're in high demand for sure. But I just know a little bit of kind of like what I'm experiencing like right now. And it is mentally draining. And it's like, and I just heard Sunny from Sunny in the City talking about, you know, the whole social media experience. And we've talked about every artist we have on the show. We talk about social media in the sense of like how draining it is and the necessity for you to have to always post. And then it's like you post something and then it's like 15 likes. Damn, I must not be doing it right. So then it goes to your psyche. So then you're like, what am I doing? And then now you're comparing yourself to other artists who seemingly have a much more engagement level. And then you start saying to yourself, well, I know they're not that good. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that they're getting all of this? And it's you start finding yourself comparing. You're finding yourself to downplay other artists, and it's overwhelming. And then it's like if you're not engaged, then people are like, "What's up?" And you're like, I don't think people really understand how much goes on when you make it to a certain level. And I didn't know either. Like, you know, it's like but you know, you see some artists who are just capable of just simply always responding through DMs or responding online, but that takes a lot out of you. Like mentally, it takes a lot.
It does. I think at the end of the day, the important thing to know is that most of the artists who people follow, they have teams. Like they have a person, literally just a photographer, who follows them around all day,
right?
And then will go through all the pictures, pick the best ones, and hand it off to somebody else to post and write captions,
right?
Or hand it off to the artist and say, "These are the best pictures."
Which one do you
And
like?
then the intern wrote some captions or something. You know, it's just like they have people doing that stuff for them.
Right.
Whereas we out here trying to take selfies. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We out here legitimately living that independent artist life. And it requires a lot of you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're sitting here thinking about, okay, let me figure out what kind of captions should I say? Should I just stare off? Like I've seen these things. I've talked about like people, I do not have the ability as of yet to post a picture and just have like emojis there. And think that's gonna do something. It don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? I got like 15,000 hashtags, and out of 15,000, I might get 5 likes. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be like, Lord Jesus, what in the world is going on? And it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? You're right. Everything you have to do on your own. And I think you do have to know what your strengths are, because at some point when you are the person that's managing you, and you decide to say, let me have somebody else to take on that, they have to do it better than what you're capable of doing it. And that's legitimately what I've always thought. Like I've had people like, yo, I can manage you, Sharice. Well, what you gonna do? I done had a meeting with you. You still talking? We not doing nothing. You working for different artists. You know, I find you doing the same gigs I'm doing. It's just like, are we working together, or are you kind of like secretly looking at my steps and then trying to follow my steps for your other artists? And it's you know, and it's like then you have to take the humble road. You know what I'm saying? You can never say yes, I see you out here. Unless you have like a radio show like this, you know what I'm saying, that you can kind of secretly say stuff on the humble and get away with it, you know what I'm saying? But it's hard, you know, in terms of staying in your own lane. But you've created your own lane so very well.
Thank you.
You have, because like when you think about your name, you think prestige, you think very relaxed.
That's so nice. I don't know what people think when they think about me, honestly, but
what do you want people to think about you? What ideally you would want people to think about you?
I would want people to think, when they hear my name, to think authentic, talented, and I want my work to be very healing for people as well. So if they felt that way, that would make me happy.
Yeah, that's
like
definitely something.
Waters, like
yeah,
Pisces.
That's something a Pisces would say, because they're emotional people and they love that experience. Here's another Pisces. Come here real quickly, Brandy.
Oh, look at this beautiful Pisces.
Y'all come. The Pisces love is real.
And she dressed for the event.
Exactly. Come through. You need to meet Brandy. Cecily, this is Brandy. Say hey, Brandy. Nice to meet you. Love you too, Brandy.
make you
Yo,
feel
yeah, you was making that money, honey.
alive.
Get it, boo.
I brought these stuff for you. And all I ever
Brandy.
wanted was to live before I die. 'Cause there's a river in me, and it pushes my feet, and I'm searching for emotion. There's an ocean in me, and it won't let me sink, but it's drawing me out. Wash away myself down. I found myself searching along the shore, not ever really knowing what I'm looking for. Caught in the melodies of a different me, still insecure and graceful and damn sure free. 'Cause there's a river in me, and it pushes my feet, and I'm searching for what motion. 'Cause there's an ocean in me, and it won't let me sink, but it's drawing me out. Wash away myself down. There's a river in me, and it pushes my feet, and I'm certain for what motion. There's an ocean in me, but it won't let me sink, but it's drawing me out. Wash away myself down. 'Cause there's a river in me, and it pushes my feet, and I'm certain for what motion. There's an ocean in me, but it won't let me sink, but it's drawing me out. Wash away myself down.
I don't know what ocean is supposed to be, drying you out. Because ain't nothing dry about you. Okay? Listen here, Pisces. You better calm all that down. Okay? Whole time. Listen, you out here giving people that, I feel like I'm supposed to be on a yacht somewhere with my pinky out.
Oh man.
Drinking some champagne. Listen to this. Like the breeze, summer breeze makes you feel fine. That's what I feel like when I hear that song.
Yeah, no, that's good. Very soothing. It's definitely going to be added to my playlist now. Like I'm
Thank
finding other
you.
things to occupy my time outside of social media. So
Yeah.
music has been a huge fill.
Absolutely.
So this is definitely going to be on repeat.
Absolutely. Well, let's just take a pause here right now. You guys can go to Instagram because we still need the followerizations, okay, and the supporterizations. Go to at CECILYALEXA.
Yes.
Did you guys get that? I'm gonna put it in the comments because all you gotta do is just click on the link that's on here, so you can just be sure that you're with Cecily all the time. Like that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And you don't
when
have
I'm back
to hide.
on social media, I'll follow your page.
She's
when I come back.
taking hiatus.
I'm taking
That's
a
healthy.
legit hiatus, like no social media, and I'm supposed to do social media for this, but I don't. I can't. I need a break. I need to pause.
That's
Yeah.
healthy.
And I just feel like, it's sometimes needed. I remember when I had my moment when I did it. Like I was in Philly and I just said, wait a minute, there's just too much stuff going on. I don't really know. I did it made about 2 years ago. as well.
This isn't the first time for me either.
Yeah, and so it's just imperative to kind of have those breaks. But it's weird because like I literally wouldn't mind a break right now, but it's like it's not even the right time for me to take a break.
Right now it's not your time.
It's not my time to take a
You
break.
got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But I totally get what you said, and shout out to Dave Thomas who said it's better to handle your own business than to have somebody else present. I definitely think it's better to be aware of everything because once things start rolling, I don't think people really know until you're really, really in the thick of things. It's very hard to manage all of these things by yourself. It's just taxing on you mentally, and then it stops you from being able to be creative and focusing on what's imperative for you to focus in on. So I definitely think that's something that is a work in progress. But my question to you is, where do you see yourself going right now?
That's a good question. I mean, how far in the future are you thinking?
Whatever you feel like you're thinking. Like, what do you see yourself? I could have sworn you have a residency going on. You're part of a program.
Yeah. Actually, it just ended in June. I was part of the Strathmore Artists in Residence program at the Strathmore Arts Center in Bethesda, Maryland.
Which is a big deal. Just don't allow her sultry voice to make it seem like it's not. Like it's a huge deal. Okay? You're going to need me to come around and just to pump you up. Yeah, exactly. Because this sultry voice is out here making people think like it's nothing big. No, the Strathmore is a really big deal. Okay? Come on. It's like Wolf Trap connected to them and everything else like that. Like, let's not. Let's not.
So that was great. I had my album release show there. That was wonderful.
See how she just popped up? Yes, there we go.
I actually just received a grant from Montgomery County, Maryland, Arts and Humanities
Wow,
Council
that's a big deal.
to do my next project. So
come through, grants.
Yes, grants. Another thing independent artists are usually doing on their own, applying for grants, finding funding, all that good stuff. But I mean, in the future, so basically what I want to do mostly is to tour. So I'm actually doing my first solo tour this fall.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah, I have 4 cities booked so far. So
get it, boo.
Yeah.
What cities are those?
Yes, in the second weekend in August, I will be in Rochester, New York, then New York City, and then Philadelphia.
Yes.
And then in September, I will be in Durham, North Carolina, and working on getting some stuff together in hopefully Atlanta and maybe some other places down south as well.
I think that's totally dope. I'm so proud of you just like pushing forward and saying, listen, I'm not waiting for you promoters who be trying to play me anyway. I'm going to do it myself. And that's what it's about, taking your own initiative. I mean, those are the pros and cons of being an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, just saying, listen, I have the product. This is who's backing me. I'm going to go forward regardless if you think it's or not. And I love the idea of not being just stuck simply here in the DMV and being able to let others enjoy your artistry as well.
Definitely. So, I mean, for me, it's touring, and then also, I just want to get the music heard by as many people as possible. The grant I just received, I have to put out my new project by July 1st of next year. So I'll definitely be working on that. But I really love the project that I just completed, and so I'm just trying to push that. So, yeah, look me up, guys. My name's Cecily, Cecily. Add me to your playlists and all that good stuff, and share the music with friends, and, just trying to get it heard.
Well, it's going to be heard because here at IAG, our whole mission is that we plug. Because we are the plug. We support you legitimately, not the fake support of just liking a picture on Facebook or something. But, ask other artists that we end up stalking them after they come on the show, or that we stalk them before they get on the show. But either way, it's just something that we want to make sure that people know. So listen, guys, here.
Oh, man.
She legitimately has already gotten stuff lined up. And it's crazy because it's like this just came out. And it's just as soon as it came out, now she has another project that she has to work on. No pressure. No pressure. But this is Songs of Love and Freedom. And listen, you're yearning and hoping, so that you can feel it. And the healing so it allows you to grow. And if you can grow, that means you don't want to hide from the sun. Because your idea of being beautiful is everything. And it's just ways of being a Pisces. You know what I'm saying?
That was clever. She managed to get every single song name in there in that little 2 sentences. That was very clever.
Thank you. I try. I try. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do here.
Yeah. I also have vinyl coming out later this year.
What?
That's like a big deal. Yes. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, so are we. Tramp gonna have to bring out the real turntables. Wake your butt up. You're gonna be out here in the ones and twos for real. You're gonna have to really scratch. You know what I'm saying?
How you gonna mix that one up?
He gonna have to figure it out.
Decide to do that? What made you decide to go with vinyl?
You know, I just had people asking me and even people I work with on the project, they said when they finally heard it all together, they said this needs to be on vinyl. And I said, I agree with you. Let me see if I can get that money from somewhere. So that's what I did.
Well, good luck.
That's what I did. So I just finished mastering, because for vinyl you have to do a master just for vinyl. For people who don't know about like studio projects and things, after you finish recording the project, you have to get it mixed, meaning everything is leveled out, and then you have to get it mastered, which is like the finishing touch, the sprinkle on top that makes it sound amazing. So the mastering for digital listening is different than vinyl. So I had to get it remastered and got the, all the design for the packaging finished a couple weeks ago as well. So it's coming together.
I'm loving it. I'm just so proud of how you're pushing forward and the gems of letting people know like what's really good, because I think most people don't know. You know, we have a plethora of people who watch the show either from the inception of thinking of becoming an artist to those who are actually artists themselves and are trying to get things through musically, and then those who have actually accomplished and are at a certain level of artistry that we still trying to get to as well, you know. And I definitely think these little gems of understanding like what it takes in order to put a CD together, what it takes to make sure that the CD sounds good. It doesn't, all these things are really important. And just knowing how to register your music, copyright your music, make sure licensing is taken care of.
It's just complicated. Look, people go to school to do just that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we are so honored that you were here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Mm-hmm. So, Cecily, listen, give a round of applause for Cecily being in the IAG radio show experience. We love you. We are so proud of you. Listen, this will not be the last. We better get some comp tickets. Don't be straight out of comp tickets when you go on these shows. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to South up in Philly, we coming. You know what I'm saying? Okay, whole time. That's my stomping grounds. I got many of people who would love to hear you and will appreciate you for sure. And everything that you're offering. And you're such a genuine person and sweetheart. And, you are a Pisces, so, the love is real.
Pisces.
Keep it, boo. Keep it, boo.
So up next, we have some more music. We got a little bit of this Jero Vandal. It's called Make You Love Me. I'm sorry. He's a Dutch producer that grew up in Amsterdam, and his music has a real early 90s hip-hop and alternative vibe.
I can dig it.
I was on top of the world today. Loving you takes my stress away. Fresh glow like I'm on holiday. You are my girl with all the sauce. Turn the lights down, let our bodies talk. I just wanna feel what you say. I don't wanna front. This ain't just a crush. I just wanna be your go-to for that type of touch. I don't wanna rush. Let's lose ourselves in us. I just wanna be the one you're next to when the sun comes up. Every time you whisper down the phone, I'll be giving everything I own to make you love me. Oh, to make you love me. Every time you hit me with those eyes, I'll be giving everything inside to make you love me. Oh, to make you love me. To make you love me, yeah, yeah. Got to make you love me, yeah.
Not this one.
I was on top of the world today. Loving you takes my breath away. Troubles ain't nothing but a memory. Oh, you are my girl, black and white. Loving you lets me see the light. Feeling your energy.
You like he ready to put a fit.
This ain't
So
just
he had this supposed to be at the chateau.
I just wanna be your go-to for that type of touch.
Oh my God.
I don't wanna rush. Let's lose ourselves in us. I just wanna be the one you're next to when the sun comes up. Every time you whisper down the phone, I'll be giving everything I own to make you
like that.
I like that a lot
Yeah.
too. Go ahead.
Make
T.
me love you. Oh yeah.
I like that a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
That's gonna be a vibe.
Nice.
Absolutely. Well, shout out to him. You can follow him at JARREAUVANDAL. I don't even want to. Jero Vandal.
Like
Al
Al
Jarreau.
Jarreau.
Oh,
We was on the same map. We was right
There you
there,
go.
Cecily.
I think
time.
my mom was an Al Jarreau fan.
Probably.
Oh, true indeed. Absolutely. Well, listen, guys, a couple of things in terms of this week that's coming up ahead of you. Few things. Some dope artists are coming in town. We're already here, but but Eric Roberson has a show in Baltimore on Thursday, July 26th at the Baltimore Sound Stage. And definitely this song that we're playing right now is called A Lyrics of Pleasure with Will Downing as well.
You know that's a vibe.
Exactly. You know, the first thing I remember about Eric Roberson is like him being able to make up an entire song on the spot. Like that's something I can't do. You know, you gotta know your synthesis. That ain't one of them. Okay, so shout out to Eric Roberson. Go follow him at ERRO44. Let him know that IAG Radio Show is sending him some major love to his way for his show coming up this Thursday on July 26th. Also, Music Soul Child will actually be in the building, will be in the DMV. He'll be performing at BB&J Bethesda Blues and Jazz Club this weekend. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, go ahead and get your tickets, you know, so that's Slow Jam and Love Talk and everything else like that. Everybody love a little Music Soul Child. And definitely shout out to myself. Okay.
Oh, shout you out, girl. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout myself. I'm gonna shout myself out because social media is real. Okay, and definitely I want to shout out DJ Reds. I'll be on his radio show, DJ Reds Show, for Downtown Locker Room this Saturday, July the 21st. Is that the July 21st this Saturday? Wonderful. From 2 to 5, so you guys can catch me there. I'll go live. I'm waiting on that flyer so I can post it so you guys can check it out and everything else like that, which would be a dope experience as well. I'm very excited about that. And then I'll be on Good Morning Washington promoting Boot Up Remix on next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, July the 25th is a big day for us because not only DJ Trev will making his first premiere on television with me as well on the ones and twos. Absolutely.
Oh, Trev, we're going to get you real crispy for the news.
We're going to have to get Steph, you know, the barber on and make sure that lineup is straight. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
For that.
Coming for me, right?
Now, hey.
Slightly shady.
It's like, nah. So Trev will be making his first TV appearance with me, which is totally dope. It's all about bringing, you know, your kinfolk with you as you rise up and do some dope things. So shout out to everybody there at Good Morning Washington and ABC7 WJLA. And yeah, I mean, then later on that day we'll be at Beat the Streets again. Just giving y'all another vibe, and we'll be in the streets. So hopefully we'll see us there with DC DPR and DC Police Department as well. And next week, I want to drop the actual single, Heartstrong. Ooh. So I think
I got the sneak peek on that. It's a good look.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I just wanted to let people know that, you know, at the base and core of everything, I am an R&B singer that just had the ability to go into the go-go experience. But yeah, I'm so excited that song will be featuring Yusha Ashad, who's a dope lyricist. I want to say more so than just a rapper. And yeah, that's just what it is. Listen, our time is almost up, guys.
I just want to say one other thing.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you also going to be on our friend to the show, Dave Thomas's TRF?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on there tomorrow. Yes,
right?
Thank you so much for that.
Right, so making sure, you know.
Absolutely. You got to shout out everybody. Absolutely.
Right.
Whole time.
Everybody gets a shout out.
Everybody gets a shout out.
You get a shout out.
And you
get a shout out.
And the Strathmore gets a shout out. And Cecily gets a shout out for sure for being so dope.
I'll be performing with some of my fellow Strathmore artists and residents at Pearl Street Warehouse on August 1st. It's going to be
that's so
really
dope.
Amazing. So Wednesday, August 1st, we're going to be at Pearl Street Warehouse.
Okay, so you're not shut out of comp ticks, are you yet? We're gonna come with that media, you know what I'm saying, whole time. Okay. Listen, you better don't try to get special and don't I can't respond in this text message no more. Boo.
I don't even know if we have contact.
We gonna find out. We gonna find out though.
Find out.
Whole time. Come through Pearl Street Live. Absolutely. Oh, snap. And shout out. The Lord has been good. There's just so much stuff that I don't even remember it. Shout out to Wicked Bloom, DC. Shout out to DJ Mim for spinning the record there. Me meeting the actual manager and owner, Amber. We'll be doing a special appearance there. It's going to be a dope experience on July the 30th, Monday. It's just so many things that's going on. Y'all just follow me. I just think that's what y'all need to do. Support me. Follow me at Sharice Reese. Support and follow IAG Radio Show. If you are a dope independent artist and you are doing your thing, not just only musically, but anything in terms of spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, we are here to support you. Shout out to Patrick for coming on the show at the top of the show. Shout out to Mark Buchanan and how we've connected together as through Spark SPRK broadcast television. You guys can see this now on Act Bloom. Things are just
Act boom.
boom. We blowing up, you know what I'm saying, whole time. So with that the case, don't forget about Boot Up Fit that's coming as well. Trev, go ahead and let us roll out to a Boot Up remix as we end. IAG baby, you know what I'm saying? Keep it 100, guys. Thank you guys for your love.
Thank you.
Everybody say the song.
Yes, it is.
Feeling so deep in my feelings. No, this ain't even like me. Can't control my anxiety. Feeling like I'm touching the ceiling. When I'm with you, I can't breathe. Boy, you do something to me. Ooh, now I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do, yeah. Ooh, now I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Listen to my heartbeat, I do. Boot up, a bitty bye.